Week 2 of the NFL season is here. Last night, the Houston Texans beat the Cincinnati Bengals, who really appear to be struggling offensively. CBS Sports writer Bill Reiter joins me now to talk about this and so much more. Hey, Bill. So let's start out with the Bengals. I heard they have not scored an offensive touchdown yet. Should they be worried?
Yeah, they look like a peewee offense, a peewee football team. You've got a head coach who's never won a playoff game. You've got a quarterback in Andy Dalton who looks lost. The offensive coordinator was fired earlier today. Bengals fans have every reason to be worried, in large part because Houston hasn't looked that good. To be 0-2 and that offense unable to score points, it's pretty awful.
As I mentioned, Deshaun Watson made his first start on Thursday.
Yeah.
How did he look?
You know, for a guy that's been sort of thrown to the wolves very early, the plan in Houston was never to start him in week 2. I thought he looked pretty good. It was a very basic package that they had him running. The offense was very simple, but he had a critical throw, a critical touchdown that led to that win for a young guy, and it's early, and there are some real concerns just because they're throwing him out there, but at least for how early it is, I think he looks pretty good.
Now, speaking of quarterbacks, week 1's poor quarterback play is asking some we need talent, right? But former San Francisco quarterback Colin Kaepernick still doesn't have a job. How bad does it have to get
I think it's
for him to get picked up?
Maybe impossible. Not to pick on one guy, but let's pick on one guy. Scott Tolzien in Indianapolis looks utterly and totally overmatched. That's an organization that can't tank, that isn't looking for a quarterback, that needs to win games, a coach on the hot seat. The fact is, whatever you think of what Colin Kaepernick did or didn't do, he's certainly being blackballed because this is a guy in a league where there's just not 32 guys who can play that position at the level you need. He is good. He's serviceable. 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions last year. Talking to people around the league, the perspective is it's going to have to get a lot worse since he doesn't have a job now because, frankly, he should.
Just a total shutout of Colin Kaepernick. As we head into this weekend, what game are you circling as a must-watch?
There's a few good ones, but I'm really interested in Packers and Falcons. The Packers look really, really good. A home win in Green Bay. They're very, very tough to beat up in Wisconsin. They're going on the road against the Falcons team that's played really, really good football. Obviously, that brutal loss in the Super Bowl, and they struggled a little bit against the Bears, but got the win. Should be a great game.
All right, now switching gears a bit, let's talk about this big boxing match that's coming up between Canelo Alvarez and Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. Is this as big of a deal as my producer Naeem keeps telling me it is? Is it as big of a deal as that one between Mayweather and the UFC guy?
Yeah, not as big as Mayweather-McGregor, but it should be, and it'll be a much, much better boxing match. And I enjoyed Mayweather-McGregor. I was there. I covered it for CBS Sports.
Lucky you.
It was really fun. This will be an actual dynamic fight between two great boxers, just the way boxing's structured because of the promoters, because you have different competing networks who have different rights to different guys. It's very rare to get two great fighters at their prime go after each other and really face each other in a fight, let alone two guys like Canelo and Triple G who are hugely powerful fighters, especially for their weight class, are very courageous. They'll go after each other. It should be an amazing fight.
All right, Bill Reiter, thanks so much.
You bet.